There was a country somewhere in the 19th century, early 19th century, and in that country, the population did not comply with justice. And you had a judge which was appointed by the king directly, because all the judges in that colony, it was a country but also a colony, all the judges in that country were appointed by the king directly. And this judge one day went through his files and he he found out that for the past 5 years, people did not comply with the royal decrees. So there were still many perpetrators walking around freely and people didn't report them. There was still domestic violence here and there. So the judge got very angry. But he did not become bitter, but he was very angry at the population for ignoring the king's will by enabling harm in the community. So the judge used his royal powers that the king assigned onto him. Because you had the governor, but below the governor you had the judges that had to oversee the enforcement of the king's rule. That judge, within his jurisdiction, he hired squads, military squads. And those military squads, they went to the homes of everyone that financed terror organizations. And their houses were overthrown, turned upside down. And this happened day after day. Military squads would go during the day and during the night, entering people's homes and overthrowing their stuff. At the same time, there was a supply of luxury goods coming from China. The judge ordered that no luxury goods from China would enter the country anymore. And this caused a big economic loss. And the judge also ordered military officers to go out and publicly reveal the dirty secrets of all the people that enabled harm on the community. All their affairs, all their gossips, all their negative wills were all made public. So they couldn't hide anymore, they were exposed publicly. The judge even ordered the military to make records and print them in books and spread them around. So everyone's dirty laundry was exposed. Everywhere. So after a while, the situation got out of hand. The people that were exposed, they became mad. They became so mad that they turned insane and began to fight amongst each other. And when they began to fight amongst each other, the governor sent the Navy to intervene. But when the Navy arrived, the people had destroyed one another completely. And what remained left were the people that longed for justice, while all the others were devoured by their own rage against the truth. And this was done by an angry judge. So one day the judge had to return to Spain to give an account. And the king said, "You were appointed to the kingdom of New Galicia." And the judge said, "Yes, sir. I was appointed to that kingdom by you. I received a jurisdiction. And within my jurisdiction, I became very angry because people did not comply with your will. They kept willing whatever they willed and kept fighting for the right to enable evil. So I brought judgment on them. I made sure that there was no relief possible for them unless they complied with justice. Well, they didn't want to comply, So their own rage began to torment them, and they destroyed and devoured one another. And you know what, sir? That is what I wanted to happen. I did not want to see them walking around at ease while helpless victims were being killed just, just because they want to be left alone. I made sure they were not left alone day and night. The confession of the judge became known as the confessions of an angry judge. Now, this was just a parable. Okay, it is a fictive account, but it's based on reality. And that angry judge is based on me. So, with me, no willing for free. None at all. Just like an angry judge, none gets away with any injustice with me. There's nothing personal, okay? It's nothing to do with me. I'm just in agreement with Christ. And when I see people persisting in the right to be negative, I don't take it. I take action. Why? Because I vindicate the King's will. And everyone will bow down to the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Everyone. Well, that's it for now. Agree with Christ, and you don't have to be an angry judge like me. Just agree with the judge of the earth, Christ. Be at peace.